Hello everyone. Today we are going to see the force exerted by a jet on a stationary inclined plate. In a previous lecture we have seen force exerted by a jet on stationary vertical plate as well as on a moving plate. Let's see what will be the forces when the plate is kept inclined. For that, let me draw the system first. So let's say this is our pipe having a nozzle in front of it, and this is a jet of water, and there is a plate in a path of that jet. For now, let's keep that plate fixed. Okay, after striking, what will happen? The jet will get diverted in these two directions. Now in this case, let's say that the angle of this plate with the axis of the jet, this is the axis of the jet. Okay, so angle of this plate with the axis of jet, this is equal to theta. So let's say theta is a angle of plate with the axis of jet. Now here is the velocity v. When that velocity is going to strike over here, what will happen? After that, it will get diverted into two directions, and exit will also, you will get the velocity as v. Let's say if we want to find the normal force which is acting over here, so this is a normal force. If we want to find the normal force, we must know the normal component of this velocity. Okay, so normal component of this velocity is equal to v sine theta. This angle is theta, this is your v, and the normal component is v sine theta. Now let's find out the force in a normal direction. By applying the impulse momentum principle, that is m dot into v initial minus v final. As the plate is stationary, our m dot we can write it as rho a into v. Now initial velocity, which is in normal direction, is v sine theta, v sine theta. And after striking, what is happening? This velocity is moving in a tangential direction. There is no component which is in a normal direction. Hence, the final velocity will be 0. So we can write Fn is equal to rho a v square sine theta. Now as we have found the normal velocity, if we take the component of this, okay, so this is Fx, this will be Fy. As this is angle theta, this angle will also be theta. That means this angle will be 90 minus theta. So we can write Fx is equal to Fn cos of 90 minus theta. Also we can write this as Fn sine of theta. By putting the value of Fn, rho a v square, this sine square and this sine theta and this sine theta will get sine square theta. So this will be the Fx, force in a x direction when it is exerted on a inclined plate, stationary inclined plate. Now let's see the Fy. Now Fy is from here Fn sine of 90 minus theta. By putting the value of Fn, rho a v square sine theta, okay, and this sine 90 minus theta means cos theta. So this will be the value for our Fy. Now in this case the Fy is not at all 0. In previous cases we have found that Fy is completely 0. So we can see here that if the plate is inclined, there will be drag force as well as the lift force is acting on it. In case of turbo machineries, only the drag force is the one which is important, okay, in turbo machines, while this lift force is important in aeroplanes. In that, drag force is very less, and that is actually reduced by keeping the aeroplane tip pointed. Let's say this is the aeroplane, okay, these are the wings which are inclined, they are not flat, they are having some inclination, okay. So what will happen, both the drag force and lift force is going to act on this, and lift force will help that aeroplane to get the more height. Now in this case drag force is not important, so that is actually reduced by keeping this pointed, or in our actual aeroplane by keeping it aerofoil structure by round shape, okay. And in the paper plane we are actually unknowingly we are keeping it like this pointed, okay. So we can make a paper plane with a less frontal area so that the drag will be reduced. So that is what the application for this inclined plate. Now as we have found this Fy and Fx, now in this case what is happening, there is a discharge, right? Here whatever the discharge is, that discharge is going to be distributed in these two directions, and both will not be same in this case as it is an inclined one. So let's find out what will be the volume flow rate in a both direction, okay. So let's say here it is Q, initial discharge is a Q, and in upward direction is Q1 and in downward direction is Q2. By continuity equation, we can write it as Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. Now let's equate the forces at this point, okay. So the force in this direction is equal to m dot into the velocity, right? So let's say this is in a positive direction. Let me draw the simple diagram for this, okay. Okay, so this is the outlet, and the force acting over here is rho Q1 into V. The force which is acting in a downward direction is rho Q2 into V, and this is actually equal to the inlet, right? And that inlet is equal to the component which is in a tangential direction, right? So here we can see that this is the normal direction component, that is V sin theta, and in tangential direction that component is equal to V cos theta. So here the another force is going to act, that is equal to rho Q V cos of theta. So if we equate that, what we will get, rho Q1 V minus rho Q2 V. This is what for the outlet, and this is equal to the inlet which is in a tangential direction. So rho Q V cos of theta. By cancelling out this rho and V, what we will get, Q1 minus Q2 equal to q cos of theta. Let's say this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. If we solve this equation by putting the values of one into another, we will get q1 equal to q by 2 1 plus cos theta, and q2 equal to q by 2 1 minus cos of theta. You can solve and you will get the same answers. This volume flow rate will be same even if your plate is moving. Okay, in that case only the velocity is going to change, that will be v minus u for the q. Let's see the next topic, that is force exerted by jet on a moving inclined plate. Now here we are keeping the plate in moving. Okay, so let's say this is our pipe having a nozzle again, and there is a jet of water which is coming out of it and going to strike on a plate which is inclined at an angle of theta. After striking, the water will be diverted into two directions. Let's say here the velocity is v, but as this plate is going to move with velocity of u, this plate is going to move with velocity of u, what will happen? It will strike with a velocity of v minus u. The plate will experience the jet is striking with a velocity of v minus u, and after diverting also at the exit the velocity will be v minus u. Again here let me show the angle. This angle is theta. Okay, angle of plate with the axis of the jet. Now let's find out again the normal force which is acting over here. Okay, for normal force of course we will require a velocity component which is in a normal direction, so it will be equal to v minus u into sine of theta. Okay. Now Fn equal to again m dot v initial minus v final. Now here m dot will change as relative velocity is going to act over here, so velocity so the mass flow rate will be rho a v minus u. Okay, now initial velocity is this, that is v minus u sine of theta, and final velocity, that means in a tangential direction, sorry, in a normal direction there is no velocity at the exit, so it is 0. Hence your Fn will be equal to rho a v minus u bracket square sine of theta. Again similarly let's find out the x component of this. It will be equal to Fn into cos of 90 minus theta. Let me draw the system for this again. So this is what our, so here we can see this is what our Fn is. Okay, and its component is Fx, and for that this angle is 90 minus theta. This is your Fy. So from this we can say that your Fx is equal to Fn cos of 90 minus theta. By putting the value of Fn, we will get rho a v minus u bracket square sine of theta, and this cos of 90 minus theta will become sine theta, so we can write it as sine square theta. So this is what will be the Fx. Similarly we can find the Fy. It will be equal to Fn sine of 90 minus theta. Again by putting the value of Fn, rho a v minus u bracket square sine of theta, and this sine of 90 minus theta means cos of theta. Now as here plate is going to move, so in that case there will be definitely a work done. Okay, now let's find out what will be the work done. Work done per second. In the previous lecture we have seen that what is the work done per second, that is force which is responsible for the work done, that is Fx, into velocity of the plate. Now what is our Fx? Our Fx is rho a v minus u bracket square sine square theta into u. So this is what will be the work done per second when the plate is inclined. Again, as there is a work done, by second law of thermodynamics, we know very well that we can't get the same work done or we can't get the same output energy what we have supplied. So definitely there will be the term that is efficiency. So efficiency in this case equal to work done per second divided by what we have supplied now here, that is input, is the kinetic energy which is generated over here. Initially there is a pressure energy, and that pressure energy, when that water with the pressure energy when passes through this nozzle will get converted into a kinetic energy. Okay, so the rate of kinetic energy will be the input for our system or input for our inclined plate. Now work done we have already found, that rho a v minus u bracket square sine square theta into u. Now what is the kinetic energy? Kinetic energy is 1 by 2 mv square, which we always know, but we have taken here per second, so let's take the mass flow rate. So by again writing that elaborating this m dot, we can write it as rho a v minus u, keeping the same numerator over here, that u dot u. Okay, so 1 by 2. Now what is m dot here? Don't take the m dot as this one, because this is the m dot which is actually accepted by this plate, but here the nozzle is supplying rho a into v. Okay, and we are taking here the initial input, what it is actually supplying, what this nozzle is supplying. So in that case your m dot will be equal to rho a into v into this v square. So simply cancelling out this rho a and rearranging it, what we will get? 2 v minus u bracket square sine square theta into u divided by vq. Okay, so this is what the formula for the efficiency when the plate is inclined and moving. Now let's see a simple numerical based on the topic which we have just derived. So here what is given? An oil jet of specific gravity 0.8 of 40 mm diameter strikes on a stationary plate which is inclined at an angle of 30 degree with the axis of jet, and it is striking with a velocity of 30 meter per second. What we are supposed to find? Force exerted by the jet on the plate in the direction, first normal to the plate, second in x direction and y direction. Also it is asked that find the ratio of the discharge which is divided into the two stream. Okay, so let's write down the given data first. Here given is the specific gravity, okay, which is 0.8. From here we can find that the density is 800 kg per meter cube. Again the diameter is given as 40 mm. Let's convert it into meter, that is 0.04 meter. Then another thing given over here is that the stationary plate is inclined at an angle of 30 degree with the axis of the jet. That means directly a theta angle is given over here, that is 30. Let me talk about this theta angle first, then we will move to the numerical forward. Okay, let's say this is a plate, okay, and from this direction a jet is coming. Okay, this is what the axis of the jet, and plate is making an angle of theta. Sometimes in a question it is given that normal of the plate, okay, that means if we draw a perpendicular line to the plate, okay, and that normal of the plate makes an angle something, let's say beta, makes an angle of beta with the axis of the jet. In that case this angle is given, not directly the theta. So in that case you have to find theta equal to 90 minus beta. So keep in mind, for this case the language will be like normal of plate is making an angle, let's say beta, with axis of jet. Okay, so there is difference between these two. Okay, if it is said that plate is making an angle with the axis of jet, then theta is given. Plate is making an angle with the axis of jet. Okay, this is axis, then it is theta. But if it is said normal of the plate is making an angle of something, okay, with the axis of jet, then it is beta, and in that case you are supposed to find the angle theta by using this one, that is 90 minus beta. Okay, so here we can see that in a question it is given that stationary plate is inclined at an angle of 30 degree with the axis of jet. So simply directly given that plate is inclined at an angle of 30 degree with the axis of jet, that means directly theta is given over here. Again next thing is given that jet is having a velocity of 30 meter per second. Okay, now this is what the given data is. Now always remember to draw the system whenever a numerical will be in front of you. So let's say this is a nozzle having a jet, okay, and after striking it is going to divert in the two directions. Let's say this is a plate which is stationary, okay, and here the velocity is v. We are supposed to find Fn, right? So for that we will need v sin theta component, right? Okay, now let's solve it. First thing, what is asked in the question, that find the Fn. Okay, now let's find the Fn. Fn rho a v square sin theta. Now here density, don't take it by default as 1000 because here oil is given. So it is having the density of 800 multiplied by area, so that is pi by 4 into 0.04 bracket square into v square, that is 30 square into sine of theta. If we sine of 30, sorry, okay, when we solve this we will get the answer as 452.38 Newton. Okay. Now the second thing asked is find the force in x and y direction. That means we are supposed to find fx as well as fy. Now what is fx? It is Fn sine of theta, right? You can see here this is what the fx is, and this is 90 minus theta. So obviously it is Fn sine of theta. By putting the value of Fn 452.38 into sine of 30, and if we solve this we will get the answer as 226.19 Newton. Similarly, we can find the Fy. Fn cos of theta. So 452.38 sine of 30, and we will get the answer as 391.78 Newton. Now the second thing asked in this question is find the ratio of the discharge which is divided into two streams. That means we are supposed to find Q1, ratio of the Q1 and Q2. Now here we have just found that Q1 is equal to Q by 2 1 plus cos of theta, and Q2 is equal to Q by 2 1 minus cos of theta. Now what is Q? It is area into velocity. That means pi by 4.04 bracket square into 30. If we solve this, the value will be equal to 3.77 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter cube per second. By putting this value in a Q1, we will get the value of Q1 as 3.51 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter cube per second, and Q2 as 0.252 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter cube per second. Now simply take the ratio of Q1 by Q2. We will get the value as 13.92. So this will be the ratio of the discharge when it is divided into two streams.